Can you guys believe this belt has been out for 2 months now and there's not a single video on it yet? Let's fix that today. Hey guys, so in today's video, we are going to talk about this brand new Bora belt by Ferro Concepts. This has come out 2 to 3 months ago. I think the official release date was like August 9th or something. I will read what they put on their Instagram. This is my first quote-unquote battle belt, war belt, whatever you want to call that. We will go over it specifically and up close later in the video. I want to start off by kind of telling you guys what it took to get me to this point of getting a belt, because for a while I went back and forth of, do I really need a belt like this? Honestly, you could argue either way. I'm an everyday civilian, I'm not in law enforcement, I'm not military, so what would someone like me use a belt like this for? You know, mostly LARPing and go to the range. So getting that out of the way, we can talk about why I picked this belt, and then we'll talk about what makes this belt unique. So I'll be completely honest with you guys. I had spent weeks watching different videos on belts. I am blown away about how many different types of belts and different brands over the years have put belts out. And it was definitely a little overwhelming. So if you guys don't already own a belt, I imagine you're going to experience that same thing, and I apologize in advance. Hopefully this video kind of helps you maybe make a good choice. So a reason I went with Ferro Concepts is I've honestly been purchasing stuff from them for a long time. And full disclaimer, no, they did not send me this belt. I wish they did, but no, they did not. I have, let's see, 3 or 4 of their EDC belts. I got 3 or 4 of their slings. I have 2 plate carriers for them. I got a ton of different stuff for all that to set it up. So my comfort zone was going with them. And honestly, their previous belt, the Bison belt, I found nothing but good reviews for the past 5 years on that belt. So that made me very comfortable making this purchase. One of the things a lot of people always raved about for the Bison belt was how comfortable it was wearing long term. And for me, having back issues, obviously comfort is something I keep in mind. I know some people might go the budget route, some people might go the more minimalist route. They might not like the look. Personally, I think this thing looks awesome, and we'll get into it more when we get up close. But yeah, to give you guys my honest reasoning on why. I've been a customer of Ferro Concepts for a while. I really like their products. I've never had any issues with their products whatsoever. So when I saw that they had a brand new belt out, and then noticed that no one else out there has put a video about this, I just thought, you know, it's the right one for me to try. Obviously, this is going to be a first impressions kind of, not really an unboxing, because obviously I wanted to set it up for you guys. And hindsight, you guys probably would have loved watching me be extremely frustrating attempting to get all this molly on, because these sausage fingers and this molly did not want to play very well, and it was definitely comical looking back on how angry I was getting. But hey, everything's on. Got a few more things I'm going to add to this, and let's get into it up close so you guys can see just how nice this thing looks. Check out the quality of it and see what I got set up so far. I will start right here before that, just showing you this is a 2-piece belt. So we'll take this inner belt off, and then we'll look at just the outer belt. This right here connects very easy. The adjustments are super simple. And that was one thing I really love about their EDC belts, and why I've been wearing this for years. It's like, I'm a big guy. I also love food, so it's not uncommon for me to go out and eat a big meal and have to make that adjustment. So go ahead, you can judge me if you want, but I'll be completely honest. That was something I needed in a belt. Is my waistline changes day to day, so I need quick and easy adjustability. I did not want to have to reset up a whole belt every time I ate a meal. So I love that about their EDC belt. This also has that same feature, which I really like. I've tested it out. It's super comfortable. You also have the adjustment over here. If you wanted to go a little bit tighter, then you can adjust on this side. Overall, really cool design, really simple. All my EDC belts have held up tremendously well. I have no doubt that this will as well. But yeah, let's get close up and we will check out the outer belt. So as we get into looking at this, I do want to read their official statement from Ferro Concepts. This is posted 10 weeks ago from the filming of this video. So it'll probably be more like 12 weeks from by the time this actually gets posted. I always record in advance to keep the content consistent for you guys. So they said, yesterday we dropped the Bora Belt, a refined evolution of our original battle belt. Same fit, form, and function you've trusted, now with upgraded webbing, the Bora webbing lock for rock-solid stability, and clean details that color-match thermoplastics and Cobra buckles. It's not just the version 2, it's the new kit standard. So obviously I don't have a Bison belt, so I can't really give you a direct comparison, but I encourage you guys to check out the tons and tons of videos online because that has nothing but rock-solid reviews. So starting up here, you guys have this massive Cobra buckle, and that thing is rock solid. I've tested this out just around the house since getting it, and I will say it is absolutely comfortable. To make things simple for my purchasing, I did end up getting all my accessories so far from Ferro Concepts. This is their single pistol, double pistol, and the AR. I do plan on getting a dump pouch for this area. I haven't quite decided what company I'm going to go with. I want something more minimalist. Obviously, this is just going to be used for the range. I don't really need to have a crazy loadout here. I've definitely seen videos where guys load these belts out to the 9s and it's a little crazy. Obviously, I don't need that. I just need something for the range, so I'm trying to keep it light, minimal, and just what I absolutely do need. I do have 2 holsters coming. Hopefully they're here in the next couple weeks. The first one is going to be for my 226. That's the Centurion by Tier 1 Concealed. And I also have one from T-Rex Arms that's going to be for my CZ Shadow 2. Being that those are my newest additions and will be what I'm using most often at the range, I figure it would be nice to have the option to shoot from the belt with them. It just makes things a little bit easier. So starting in the front here, they do have this nice big hook. I'm pretty sure this is not rated for if like you're jumping out of a helicopter. So obviously do your research if you are planning on buying something for duty use and need all those crazy features. I just like having that there because I could easily hook stuff to it. I will say the rigidity of this belt for how light it is quite shocking. This belt is super lightweight. I mean, I think the one Cobra buckle here, just this part, probably weighs more than the entire belt itself. I also will mention that when I did order these, they came with little elastic bands that you could tie through here and attach. I don't think I'll need them for the range. I mean, I'm keeping them just in case, you know, if I'd ever decide to do different styles of training or feel like my stuff is not staying secure, I can always add it. But after testing some mags in here, I don't think I'm gonna need it. I think everything will stay just nice and snug the way it is set. And as you can see, just going around, super clean cut. I mean, it's very, very nice. I've never had any issues with any of their products. I know I've seen some reviews where people had mentioned something about their stitching in the past, not with the belt per se. I forget what they were talking about, but I've never had that issue and I've used my stuff for years. So yeah, I will let you guys know. I'll obviously do more of a review after I take this to the range several times and actually get to use it. Again, this is just my first impressions, and let's talk about, this is the webbing stop here. So that pops out. That is pretty cool. I don't know what they had on the previous belt, but obviously when adjusting this belt, that made it super, super easy for me to get that and keep it exactly where I wanted. And that's how I could easily adjust, because you got plenty of extra cord here. I will say their sizing is 100% accurate on their website. I measured myself right before ordering, and it was nice, obviously, having the EDC belts. I knew how their sizing went, but just to verify, because obviously this is an expensive purchase. It's not something I want to have to return and redo. Their sizing is accurate for their chart, so that's always a plus. There's definitely some companies out there that make whatever numbers they want, especially men's pants and shorts, and they kind of just, it's BS if you ask me. I can go through 3 or 4 different companies and I'll be 3 or 4 different sizes, but I like the consistency that Ferro Concepts has had with their belts. Their sizing chart is 100% accurate for you guys if you want to order from them. I definitely like that, because it's nothing but frustrating when we order something and then have to go through the return process, if you ask me. All right, so that is the belt. Again, super, I mean, I can't even explain how lightweight this is. Obviously, I don't have any mags in it, but just the belt itself, for how nice and firm that is and light, I think that is one of the things that in other reviews has set their previous belt apart, and definitely made me lean towards this purchase. So there you have it, guys. This is the Bora belt from Ferro Concepts. So far, very happy with it. Obviously, gonna get this to the range once I get my new holsters in, and I'll give it a couple months, really test it out, use it, abuse it, and let you guys know exactly how it held up. If there's any questions or comments you guys have about this specific product or anything else in my videos, feel free to drop it in the comments now, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, I think that's everything I got for you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will apologize for having the boring thumbnail. I really could not think of a fun way to feature this and actually make a good picture. So you can also see that I went with the boring old black. I know my thumbnail is the camo. If you haven't noticed, I kind of like all black everything. So just my style. Obviously they have many different styles and colors, but for me, just going to the range, all I needed was something simple. So appreciate you guys checking out this video. If you haven't already, please follow the channel. We're growing, trying to get more content every week, and I really appreciate all the support. Thank you.